Salwete. We're picking it up in 228 to 233. We're going to see the Trojans' reaction to the snakes eating Laocoon and his kids, this omen that he has offended the gods by throwing his spear into the side of the wooden horse, and this is their reaction. Tum vero tremefacta novus per pectora cunctis insinuat pavor, et scellus expendisse merentem Laocounta ferunt, sacrum qui cuspide robor laeserit et ergo scelerat intorsit astam. Then truly a novus pavor, a new panic. Those go together. Insinuat, creeps or winds, and Far tells us to put in se, winds itself. Insinuat, winds itself, per pectora, and tremefacta, through our trembling hearts. Cunctis, this is in everyone. I think we should do this as ablative. Cunctis nobis, we should put with it probably, in the hearts of all of us. Okay, one more time. Then truly a new panic winds itself through the trembling hearts for all of us. And this is because they have seen the serpents coming and directly eating Laocoon and his kids, and then going up to the citadel under Minerva's statue. Et scellus expendisse merentem Laocounta ferunt. Subject of this, let's see, this is plural, ferunt, they say, meant to do a squiggly there, they say, they is the subject, people say, that, and we're setting up an indirect statement here, this is accusative, that Laocoon has expendisse merentem, has deservingly, that modifies Laocoon. Remember, this is a Greek accusative right here. They say that Laocoon has deservingly paid scellus for his crime or his sin. And this scellus you can really take with both of these words. He deservingly of his sin, paid for his sin. Deserving of his crime, paid for his crime. So it really has the sense that it goes with both. Sacrum qui cuspide robor laeserit. He who, this refers to Laocoon, and it's the subject of now a relative clause here, who laeserit, wounded the sacrum robur, the sacred oak, strength. The oak refers, it means the horse, right? This is metonymy here. One noun for another. And since the horse is made out of wood, call it the sacred oak, means the horse. Cuspide, how did he wound it? Cuspide, with his spear, or with his sharp point. Cuspide. You gotta put a with there. Also, intorsit, let's read this part, et tergo sceleratum intorsit hastam. And he hurled, I used that word before when he hurled it with great strength, and he hurled the sceleratum, the horrible spear, tergo, at the back. And that tergo is dative. It's dative with the compound in torsit. Compound verb, special verb. So he hurled the scandalous spear, the evil spear at the back. You might notice we had scelus up here and sceleratum here. So we got the noun, crime, and then sceleratum, the criminal or the wicked spear here, repeating similar words. Also, the end of this clause is right here, and Farr makes a note that these verbs right here in this clause, this qui with the verbs laceret and intorseret, which are perfect subjunctives, it has a causal character to it. So if you want to translate it like this, they say that Laocoon, deserving of his crime, paid for his crime, because, now we go to this clause, because he had wounded the sacred oak with his spear and hurled the criminal spear at the back. And that tergo is the tergo equi. Right, they're missing the genitive equi in here. It's the back of the horse. So we have to understand that to supply that equi in there. Last part. Duken dad sede simulacrorandaque divi numina conclamant. The subject is they. Conclamant, they shout. There you go. They shout that, and you got to put in some essays here, that the simulacrum, that the image, or the horse, is what this means. This refers to the horse. That the image, esse ducendum. Now this is a gerundive. It must be led. Okay, so it must be led ad sedes, to the temples or to the seats, meaning to its rightful home. If it's to be this sacrifice to Minerva, we got to take it up to the temple itself, to where it's going to find its home, its seat. So they shout that the horse, this indirect statement, must be led. This is a gerundive, and gerundives indicate obligation, that something must be done. Okay. They shout that the horse, the image, must be led to its rightful seats, and they shout that the noumena, the deities, the spirits of the deity, means spirit of Athena, the noumena, must be oranda, and this is oranda esse, must be prayed to. And here's the dy, that's genitive, dy, going with noumena. So one more time. They shout that the image must be led to its seats, to its temples, and they shout, there's the and they shout that the spirits, poetic use of the plural here, of the goddess, meaning Minerva, must be prayed to, must be beseeched. I'm going to do this whole thing one last time, all together. Then truly a new panic or fear creeps itself through our trembling hearts in all of us. And they are saying that Laocoon, deserving of his crime, paid for his crime, because he wounded the sacred oak, meaning the horse, with his spear, and hurled his criminal spear at the back of the horse. They shout that the image or horse must be led to the temples, to its rightful seats, and they shout that the deity, the spirits of the goddess, must be prayed for. Get the nda, They're in the undum here. Both these are gerundives. They must. They denote that something must be done. Walete